First up this week, big news in the world of heavy metal. Kirk Hammett, Metallica's legendary guitarist, is going solo. That's right, Hammett is set to release his debut solo album, and it's going to be a genre-shifting creation. Let's dive into what we can expect.
Kirk dropped this bombshell while chatting with Rolling Stone magazine about his new book, The Collection Kirk Hammett, which features his extensive collection of vintage guitars.
During the discussion, he revealed he's actively working on his first full-length solo record. Hammett described the project as a fusion of all sorts of styles. He said, "I'm writing classical progressions, heavy stuff, and even funk."
And yes, there will be vocals because the songs are screaming for it. But Kirk won't be doing the vocals himself as he's got enough on his plate already. He even mentioned an instrumental piece called The Mysterion, inspired by ancient Greek texts. Sounds intriguing, right?
This isn't Hammett's first solo venture though.
In 2022, he released the Portals EP, a 27-minute instrumental work that showcased a different side of him while still retaining that familiar Metallica essence. But what about Metallica's latest endeavours?
Well, almost a year after Portals, Metallica dropped their 11th studio album, 72 Seasons. While it didn't hit number one on the Billboard 200, something that hasn't happened since 1988, the band is still going strong.
Kirk has been busy not only with his solo work, but also with new material for Metallica's next album. He told Rolling Stone he's already got 767 new riffs.
Though with the ongoing 72 Seasons tour, the next album might be a while coming. Once the tour wraps up in Auckland, New Zealand on November 19th, the band plans to take a short break before jumping back into the creative process.
Now, if you're a Beatles fan, you're gonna love this. A rare piece of Beatles history has just surfaced in the most unexpected place, Vancouver, Canada. Picture this. Rob Frith, the owner of Neptune Records, stumbles upon an old reel-to-reel tape labelled Beatles 60s Demos. He thought it was just another bootleg until he played it. To his surprise, it sounded like the real deal. Rob took to social media, saying, "How is this even possible to have what sounds like a Beatles 15-song Decca tapes master?" Turns out, he might be right. The tape is believed to be a direct copy of the Beatles' original 1962 Decca audition tape. You know, the one where Decca famously passed on the lads, who later joined Parlophone and made history. Frith described the sound quality as so pristine, it felt like the Beatles were in the room. Music preservationist Larry Hennessy confirmed it was more than just a fan-made compilation. The tape even had leader tapes separating the tracks, typical of master recordings. Frith tracked down Jack Hershorn, a former Vancouver label exec who brought the tape to Canada. Hershorn got it from a London producer in the 70s, but decided not to sell copies, saying it wouldn't be right. Now, more than 60 years later, fans can catch a snippet of the first track, Money, That's What I Want, on Frith's Instagram. It's gone viral, of course. And what's next for the tape? Frith says he won't sell it, but he'd gladly offer a copy to Decca or, get this, personally hand it to Sir Paul McCartney if he ever pops by Neptune Records.
Longtime Fleetwood Mac guitarist Lindsey Buckingham has teamed up with former bandmate Mick Fleetwood and are back in the studio once again.
News of this epic reunion broke when Swedish producer Carl Falk shared studio photos of the two icons working on Fleetwood's upcoming solo album. Falk couldn't hide his excitement, writing, "What a flawless guitar player." Buckingham and Fleetwood, who completed Fleetwood Mac's most famous lineup back in 1974, are back to create magic.
Since Buckingham's departure from Fleetwood Mac in 2018, fans have eagerly awaited news of a reunion. And now seeing these legends together again has everyone totally buzzing.
While exact details of the new album remain under wraps, the energy in the studio is palpable. This is more than just a collaboration. It's a heartfelt reconnection of musical geniuses. Buckingham's return to the studio with Fleetwood is a testament to rising above past difficulties to achieve something extraordinary. The spirit of Fleetwood Mac lives on through this dynamic duo. This reunion promises to bring back the timeless sound that made Fleetwood Mac unforgettable.
thanks to Aria, it's time to check out the Australian Top 20 this week. Now it's time to find out who's topping the US and UK charts this week.